Hey guys, so today I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of how to design a sound that I was asked for, which is the growth of vegetation, which is something that doesn't have a particular sound since vegetation takes years to grow. But here for a video game, they just want a sound of just vegetation sprouting, and so how would you make that sound? So what I did here is I did a lot of layering. Some grabbed some samples from sample library that they have here at Berkeley, and some samples that I recorded myself, and then just editing them and putting them on top of each other. So basically, you need to know what kind of elements you're going to go for when and what your vision is of growing vegetation. So basically I wanted something that sounds like cracking, wood cracking, just if you're having trees sprout or branches, then you want this kind of branchy, woody sound. And what I found is pretty suitable for that is actually not even branches at all, but rather the sound of ice cracking, which sounds like this. Alright, so that's ice cracking, like stepping on a big chunk of ice. That sound comes from the sample libraries. I did not record that myself. Now, for example, here we have one that I did record myself. I have it cut up here, and I just edited a little bit. And basically, it's just playing around with the bush, so I get those leaves and little branchy sounds. Just edit them, cut them up. So then I added that on top. So if we listen to both of those together, we already start getting a certain idea like of trees moving. It reminds me a little bit of the Ents in Lord of the Rings, but that wasn't enough for me. So I wanted, since things are moving and sprouting out of the ground, I wanted to add this sound, which is really just mushing a lot of mud. I got this sample. I don't remember if I got this from the sample libraries or maybe one of Brigida's classes that they record a lot of just samples and they're open for anyone to use. So it's just mud being squished. And then on top of that, I just added a couple more recordings of leaves rustling. This has a little bit more of a higher end, to it, so that it just adds more layers, makes it a much fuller sound. And something that I consider to be just a touch that has to do with my game, because the director of the game asked for, there's a lot of sugarcane references throughout the whole game because it's about slavery in Brazil. So sugarcane, it kind of has an important symbolic role. So at the end of this vegetation, which is growing around sugarcane plantations, he wanted, well, I added this to this sound, but he's been asking just in general for sugarcane references and the sound of sugar falling. So basically this is just me recording sugar falling onto a bowl or a plate. And I just recorded that. And then so when you layer all of that together, this is the sound that comes out. So basically right here we can see all of these sounds being layered at once, and I already recorded it into a track over here. And by the way, my ice cracking, I have time stretched it with a phase vocoder, which I can show you in another tutorial if anyone has questions. But it's just to make it, because I only had samples of very short samples of ice cracking, so I extended it to make this sound. So now everything layered together, and I arranged the levels here as I thought it sounded best. So this is what it sounds like. Now I don't know exactly where that's gonna get used in this video game. I certainly do hope that it gets used because I'm pretty happy with how it came out, and I certainly feel like it's just random vegetation growing at a very fast pace. So I hope you liked it, and that's an idea of how you can use layering to get cool sound effects. Thanks for watching.